Hello, my name's Julie. Thanks for joining me today for a plan with me. And if you're new, welcome to my channel, Plans in the Making. I'm using dot grid paper from Live Love Posh for my creative journal this year. And for this spread, I'm going to be using Amber Plants Today Animal Sticker Book because it is Polar Bear Day on the 27th. And we have these really gorgeous polar bear stickers that I want to use. I'm coming to the end of winter spreads now, so it will soon be time to change my planner cover. And in case you saw that video where I created two different planner covers for winter, I wanted to let you know that I actually chose the polar bear as my cover for this winter. I used the frosted cover from Live Love Posh and then made this out of scrapbook paper. So the deer one will have to wait for either later in the year or next winter. I'll link the video on screen in case you want to check out how I make my planner covers. This one is going to be another blue theme spread. I don't often like to repeat colours from week to week, and I made a blue theme spread last week. So to make this a bit different from last week's spread, which was quite box heavy, I thought I would make a spread with no boxes at all. Now that's what happens when I tear washi. I watch all these other planners on YouTube tear their washi and get a nice little angled line. Mine always seems to tear straight, but never mind. This is Plannerthing washi. I am an affiliate and you can save 10% on Plannerthing orders with my code Julie10. I will link everything I use in the description in case you're interested in anything you see. I really do appreciate it. If you use my links, it helps out my channel just a little bit. Let's give it another go. And if you've got any tips for tearing washi, see, straight again, do let me know in the comments. Last week I used this Cozy Winter by Cassthetic Plans and I did a bit of stamping. You can see it there. So I didn't get to use these pieces in the Cozy Winter sticker book that Cassie does. And I thought I might bring them into this week's spread. And I'm thinking of keeping it very simple. And I know what you're thinking, Julie, you often say you're going to keep it simple and then go and do something really complicated, which takes a long time, but I really am going to try this week. Just layering these polar bear stickers with these elements and then adding some lines using a mild liner. And all I'm thinking of doing is alternating these stickers on the page. The only thing I don't like is that the stickers do have quite a white edge to them. These paper stickers, I might just trim it off a little bit. I do like paper stickers, but sometimes the wide edge bothers me a little bit. Let's start with this one. And in case you're thinking, I don't have that book by Cassthetic Plans with those little swatches in, the other thing you can do, which I nearly went with for this spread, was layering the sticker with little strips of washi. You can create an effect that's similar using that technique. Because I like to save as much of my stickers as possible, even though I've got millions of them, and this one's going to layer over this one, I will actually cut it in half. Then I can use the other half on the other side, because I like to have balance in my spreads. I really do like alternating stickers in my spreads. It saves me having to think too much about where I'm putting them. I do it a lot in my Skinny Mini. I can spend way too much time thinking about where to put a particular sticker. Whereas this is a no-brainer. And that's how quick I've done that side. I did think about doing this as a 20-minute spread challenge like I've done in the past, but I wasn't sure how long it would take me to do the lines. I thought these two looked like they were looking at each other, so I want to have them quite close to each other rather than spread them out exactly the same spacing as I've used on that page. As this one is going to be layered with the washi, I won't add any extra layering element. I try not to place the stickers at exactly the same level on both sides. So this one's going to be down a little bit. So I'm just looking to see where I want to place the little layering element. As once stickers are down on this Live Love Posh paper, you can't really get them back up. So I'll put that one there. I'm going to bring this one in because I use it on this side, so just for balance. And you'll notice that I'm having the polar bears facing alternate directions as I put them on the page. So have you started your spring spreads yet, or are you still doing the last few winter spreads? I'm on a mission to use up as many winter stickers as possible, so I'm going to do as many spreads as I can until we get to spring, and then I'm going to try to be using up some florals. So you'll be seeing a lot of Live Love Posh from me, but I also have some nice Happy Planner florals that I'd like to use, and Amber Plants a Day, as well as a spring book from Cassthetic Plans that I haven't even touched. So there we have a very simple layout for a spread if you're a new planner and you're using a bullet journal or dot grid journal. You could use 7 stickers so that you've got 7 sections, one for each day. I don't do my creative journaling like that. I like to just have space where I can write and not be tied to writing on a particular day, because I might have lots to write about on a Monday and then nothing to write about on the Tuesday. So I found keeping it free and open works best for me. This is a spread I did back in January where I drew the lines. They're a little bit close, so I'm hoping to space them a little bit better in this spread. But I did really like having the freedom to just write what I wanted, where I wanted, and have plenty of room rather than be constricted by the size of a box. So I may be moving away from using boxes in my planner. The other thing you can do if you're looking for ideas is draw your own boxes. So if I wanted, I could draw a box here and a box here and a box here and so on, and write in the boxes. The great thing about drawing your own boxes or bringing in felt pens is that you can usually find colours to match your spread, and you don't have to hunt through 150 sticker books trying to find the perfect colour. Now I could take a chance and draw the lines freehand. A lot of planners do. That spread I showed you, I drew the lines using a ruler, so I'm probably going to do that again. I'm just pressing these down because I find that they really merge into the paper if you do that. I've got a zebra mild liner. If you want the names of the colours, I didn't realise at first that they had names on them because they are so tiny, but this one is Soda Blue. I'm not sure whether I'll just use one colour or perhaps bring in a different colour. I'm using the lines on the dot grid paper to help. And that way I get a nice straight line. Now you certainly don't need to use a ruler. I would probably do pretty well without a ruler and get my lines fairly straight, but I just prefer to know that they're going to be pretty accurate. So I will be right back when I've drawn all the lines and you can see what this spread looks like. As you can see, I decided to go with 2 colours because I thought all blue would be a bit too much. I wanted a grey, but the grey I had didn't really match, so I went with this lilac because we had some of this lilac in that swatch that I used there, and also it made it a bit different from last week's blue spread. I decided to leave this space for a quote, and I found this. There is "Snow place like home," which seemed to fit in with the polar bears, and also how I feel when it's cold. I just want to snuggle up at home. And because we've got that little gap there, I'm going to fill it up with another little swatch from the Cassthetic Plans sticker book. It's really not worth drawing lines there. I used JoJo's Pastel Date It for the date. My discount code is in the description if you are on the lookout for boxes. And I've only just realised that this week is going to take us into March. I can't believe that. So what I might do is do the March in a different colour, as I don't have this colour in the March, and change the 2 if I can get it up. And then the colours can indicate the changing month. I really love it. I've just had one idea that I might try, and that is to bring in some scallop washi. I'm not sure. I think the lines will show through, so I may not go with this, but I'm just going to try it. Always good to try things, and if they don't work, particularly with washi, you can easily take it off. Question is if I got a colour that would match with this. This one doesn't. I do have a grey, perhaps I could use the grey. I actually quite like that, so I'm going to carry on, although I do wish I had a colour that matched better with the lilac. You would think with all the Planning washi tapes I have in so many different shades, I would be able to find something. But it just goes to show you, you can never stop buying washi because you'll never get exactly all the colours that you want. Okay, I'm looking at both sides and deciding which I prefer. And because it's something I've not done before, I'm going to stick with the scallop washi. I think it just adds something to the spread. And if, like me, you don't like it when the lines finish in all different places, this is a way of covering that up so that you can't notice it. think I just need to tidy up where I'm cutting the washi so that it matches the top line. If I was being a real perfectionist, I would have started from exactly the same place of the scallop each time, but although I am a perfectionist, that's not going to bother me too much. I'm certainly not going to go back and redo it. I think I'm going to really like writing in this spread, and it's funny how you evolve as a planner and find what you like that works for you. And I think in my creative journal I may well be moving towards using a dot grid notebook next year and less of the boxes. That's super pretty, really happy with that. I got a lot of comments on a spread I did recently where I drew lines from planners who hadn't tried that, so I definitely recommend, as a change from using boxes, drawing lines. And you don't have to be as fussy as me and use a ruler. You can definitely do it much faster, freehand, and it looks just as good. Really love these gorgeous polar bear stickers from Amber Plans Today. And I think adding the swatches from the Cozy Winter Cassthetic Plans sticker book really added something as well. This has definitely been one of my faster spreads. If I hadn't used the ruler to draw the lines, I would have called this a really quick spread for me, and definitely a layout I'm going to be repeating in the future, particularly when I want a quick spread. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've picked up any useful tips, please do subscribe to my channel. Hope you have a great week. Happy planning, take care, and see you soon.